Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a bit of a different video today. It's not going to be a match day vlog. It's actually going to be a bit of a sort of Sheffield Wednesday, my ideal starting lineup kind of thing. Now, as I'm recording this, we've just beaten Middlesbrough last Saturday. Yesterday. We've just beaten them 4-1 at the Riverside with Adam Reach, Dominic Iorfa, Stephen Fletcher, and an own goal from Adam Clayton. Just beating them 4-1, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's the day after that, and I just thought I'd do this sort of like what I think Sheffield Wednesday's best lineup is, because it's been sparking a debate for the last sort of 3 years really, since after that game at Wembley. It's been sort of a debate of who's our best team, what is our best formation, who's our best striker, centre mids, centre backs, full backs, all that. So yeah, this is going to be the team that I think should start. I'll switch it around and show you what it is. I've just done it on FIFA as like a sort of like a draft kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have sort of two teams that I think could work, but this first team here is going to be the team that I think should line up every. So yeah, this is the team, guys. I think obviously in goal we've got to have Kieran Westwood. Kieran Westwood is the best goalkeeper in the Championship, in my opinion. Maybe Darren Randolph comes close, but he made a couple of dodgy mistakes yesterday when he played us. I think he, if I'm being honest, could have got to Fletcher's goal. That header maybe should have got something on that. But anyway, yeah, obviously in goal, Kieran Westwood, I think, is the best goalkeeper in the Championship. Now, if we move on to the back four, we've got obviously Julian. I think is it Berner? I think he said is how you pronounce his name. Berner. Julian Berner is obviously had a great start to life at Sheffield Wednesday. The fans already love him. He's got quite an interesting chance, to say the least. But yeah, he's certainly, I think, at the minute, our best centre back. And then next to him, his partner in crime is going to be Tom Lees. Obviously, people have their doubts about Tom Lees. I'm certainly one of those critics. I think sometimes his passing can be questionable at best, but his last-ditch defending and his overall sort of, I think, presence on the pitch is something not to be denied. I think he certainly tries his hardest, and he's our captain at the end of the day, and he's not a bad centre back. He just sometimes have his off moments, but his actual defending is solid. If you look at there, he is only 6'1", but he does win the vast majority of his headers, and he's a big physical presence. He's not very quick, but he's a very good centre back to have partnering Julian Borner. At right back, this is probably going to be the most debated bit. Is Dominic Iorfa is going to be, I think, our best right back. He's been playing at centre back in the absence of Tom Lees due to injury, but I think he's our best right back. He's better at right back. He's so quick, man. He's so quick, and he'd be so much better on that full back position. Partnering Reach on the right midfield will get to him in a bit. So yeah, Dominic Iorfa, still only 24. He's got a lot of time to grow and develop into a better player and a better full back. So yeah, he's overall, I think he's our best right back. And then if we move on to the left back position, we have got Liam Palmer. Now, I was debating this whether to have Palmer at left back or have Iorfa at left back and have Adebayo at right back. But I think the thing is with Liam Palmer, he's so steady, and he's just a decent fullback. And I think we need someone who's a decent fullback on that left. We need someone who's a decent defender, because when you've got Kadeem Harris, and if we who's such a threat going forward, if he's going to have to be covering back for Adebayo, then we've got no one on that left hand side, and Kadeem Harris he'd be wasted, playing in a more defensive role, having to cover him for Adebayo's mistakes. So I think when we've got that solidity in Liam Palmer at left back, that gives Kadeem Harris more license to run forward and cut inside, do those step overs, get those balls into the box that have been proving so threatening for opposition so far this season. Then into the midfield, I think the two best centre midfielders at the club are Barry Bannon. We'll start with him. One of the best centre midfielders in the Championship, has been for the last 3-4 seasons now. He got 2 assists, I suppose you could call it, yesterday. One for the own goal, and then another brilliant ball into the box for Dominic Iorfa. And listen, Barry Bannon, sometimes my only criticism of him is sometimes he can get a little bit lost in a game. That's because he's not a very physical presence. He's small and he's not too strong, but he's a brilliant player on the ball.
and his tackling leaves a little bit to be desired sometimes, but as an overall centre midfielder, there's not many better in the league. His passing is second to none, and again, like Tom Lee's, his overall presence on the pitch is something that we really need and that was lacking when he was injured for the last couple of seasons. And next to him was a decision I didn't really want to make because my heart's telling me that this shouldn't be the decision, but I think it is. Massimo Luongo, now obviously a new signing from QPR last season. He's only played a couple of games, but those couple of games he's played, he has been very, very good, and I've been very impressed with him. He absolutely bossed the middle of the park against Everton midweek. Again, I vlogged. You can go and watch if you haven't already. And I mean, he wasn't even looking out of his depth against the likes of Fabian Delph, Gylfi Sigurdsson. These are Premier League quality centre midfielders, and he was looking like he fit right in, and he was one of our best players. Him and Atinuyu, I think, were brilliant midweek. So I say Massimo Luongo, and obviously we'll get to the debate of who should be perhaps in his shoes in a little bit. But on that left hand side, there could only be one man, really, couldn't there? Kadeem Harris has been debatably our best player so far this season. He's got a few assists, he's got a couple of goals, and he's just been brilliant. He's such a threat on the left hand side. He is so quick, and he not only is he quick, but he uses that to his advantage. He's not like one of those headless chickens that will just go running about and he'll end up not really doing much. He does genuinely cause a threat to the opposition with more than his pace, his trickery. His passing's good. Everything about his game so far I've been impressed with. There hasn't been a single aspect of his game where I thought he could be a little bit better here. He's like, I've said this before, he's like not a poor man's, but a lesser version of Xherdan Shaqiri. He's small, but he's tenacious. He's like a bulldog. He's strong, and his legs are like tree trunks. Honestly, he's a big lad despite his height, and without him, I think we'd really struggle this season. He's our main source of pace going forward. He can supply goals to the forwards, as he's shown so far this season. And on the right-hand side, we've got Adam Reach. Now, up until yesterday, I would say Adam Reach has had a poor season so far. He's not scored. I don't know how many assists he's got. It won't be many. And his overall performances in games haven't been good enough. But yesterday, he got that goal against Middlesbrough, his old team. He loves scoring against them. And it was a brilliant goal, to be fair. He took it very well. Brilliant work from Atinuyu. And he got an assist as well. Got a 9 in the match ratings. Not much room for complaint for him yesterday. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I'll sort of see him get onto how he was last season and even the season before. He's brilliant in the last 2 seasons. Hopefully, he can get back to that now. I think on his day, there's not many better forwards in the league. His preferred position is still yet to be decided, although I'm putting him on this right-hand side because he's got to be in the squad and he's got to be in the team, and he's on the team here. His physicality sometimes lets him down, but he's on the ball. He's a brilliant forward. Up top, this is a temporary top line. I think Nuyu and Fletcher. Stephen Fletcher's our best striker. There's no debate about that. I've been saying that for the past 2 years when he's been fit. Stephen Fletcher's our best striker, and he's proven that this season. 5 goals in 9 games is a record any striker would be proud of, especially at Championship level. And listen, when he's been getting balls into the box from the likes of Kadeem Harris and Barry Bannon, he scores. And he can, with the right service, he can get 20 goals a season. I genuinely believe that, and I think he's so experienced. He wins so many headers. He's only 6 foot. He's not that tall. He's just so good, man. And I love Stephen Fletcher, and for me, we've got to be extending his contract at the end of the season. Is definitely our best striker, and is one of the first names on the team sheet. And next to him, as you can see here, I've gone with Atinuyu. Now, I've gone with him because although he's not the best striker in the Championship, and he isn't, it's as simple as that, the last 5 games, he's been one of the best 2 strikers. You can't deny it. Was the hero against Fulham, absolutely led the line against Everton, against what is, a decent back 4. Okay, Yerry Mina sometimes has his off days, and Mason Holgate is still only young, but, I mean, he played really well, and apparently he played well yesterday as well. He got the assist for Adam Reach's goal, and he just causes so many problems for other for defenders, and he leaves a gap. When Atinuu's on the pitch, there's got to be a man on him at all times. And that leaves space for the next striker, which is a partnership that worked very well a few years ago with Forestieri, which I'll get to later. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Atinuu. However, I just don't see Niu continuing this sort of vein of form for much longer. That's why, potentially, Sam Winnall is the future striker for us. So I'd say Sam Winnall and Fletcher, but at the minute it's Atinuu and Stephen Fletcher. Now on the bench, we've got obviously Cameron Dawson, who is a solid goalkeeper, I think. He's not the best goalkeeper, but he's still only young. He's got big boots to fill in Kieran Westwood when that time does eventually come. But so far, I think it'd be unfair to give that second goalkeeper spot to anyone other than Cameron Dawson. Next to him, I've gone with David Bates. I think David Bates is one of those players that we can't judge him yet. He hasn't played much. He didn't play against Everton, which was disappointing because he had an injury. Against Rotherham, I've heard mixed opinions about him. Some people saying he was good, some people saying other stuff like he was a little bit shaky. But I think him and Thornley, potentially Thornley, for that backup centre-back role on the bench, but those two for cup games should definitely be the starting centre-backs. And then the full-back, I'd say Moses Adebayo, I think definitely deserves a place in the squad, potentially in the starting lineup. Recent performances would suggest that. Last 2 or 3 games he's been very solid. But listen, Moses Adebayo is definitely a threat. Brentford fans were raving about him when they gave him to us. He's still yet to see his full sort of, not potential, but full ability for Sheffield Wednesday, but he's certainly a player that can cause a threat on that right hand side. And then Sam Hutchinson. Now, Sam Hutchinson is a funny one. He was the one, obviously, maybe to replace Luongo, but he has picked up an injury against Middlesbrough. He should be fit for Hull, though. Whether he'll start is a different matter. But I think we've got to give a game to Luongo. We've got to give him a start in the Championship. He's still yet to start in the Championship, I believe. And he should definitely be starting midweek against Hull at the KCOM. But Sam Hutchinson, listen, man, he's by no stretch a poor option. He's definitely a good centre mid, and perhaps would be a good impact substitute. 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go, chasing the game. If that's the position we are in, and he can chase the ball, make some tackles, and be assertive in the midfield along with Barry Bannon. And next to Sam Hutchinson, Jacob Murphy is one that's had a very poor start to his Sheffield Wednesday career. Couldn't get to a much better start after his goal with his first touch in a Wednesday shirt against Barnsley, maybe? Was it Barnsley or was it Reading? I think it was Barnsley. So yeah, he started well, but he's not done anything since. Seems like a bit of a headless chicken, is a bit of a lightweight. However, off the bench, he's only our real proper pacey player off the bench that could do as much good, and I think he should be in the squad, but not good enough to be in that first team. Certainly not ahead of Adam Reach or Kadeem Harris. Next to him is Mr. Controversy, Fernando Forestieri. Now, Forestieri is one of those players that on his day is unplayable. It's as simple as that. We saw it against Norwich last season when he scored that unbelievable goal that won our goal of the season. We saw games like that. We saw it in a couple of others. Obviously, he's injured. He's not injured. He's suspended now. But when he comes back, for me, he's got to be in that squad. Potentially in the first team. Got to give him a run out, but certainly in the squad. Fernando Forestieri, we know how threatening he can be. And next to him, we've got Sam Winnall. Now, Sam Winnall is one of those players that a lot of people have been giving stick for the past 18 months. Obviously, he got injured at Derby last season and didn't look the same player since. It wasn't even last season, it was the season before. Jeez, time flies. But Sam Winnall, I've been a big fan of him ever since he joined Wednesday. Scored against Huddersfield and looked very dangerous after that. I'd give him a start against Hull. No, I wouldn't, sorry. I'd keep Fletcher and Niu up front, but I'd certainly be looking at giving Sam Winnall a start soon. Should definitely be in the squad. Is a lot better than the pathetic excuse of a footballer that is Jordan Rhodes. Now, you may be thinking, well, I'm leaving a couple of players out here, one of them being this man, Joey Palapesi, who was very, very, very solid against Everton. Isn't as bad as people think he is. He's good for cup games. He's alright for rotation, but he's just not quite good enough, I don't think, for Championship level. And also, we have got Kieran Lee. He's a player that I didn't want to leave out of this squad because he had 2-3 very good seasons at Sheffield Wednesday. That playoff season, well, both playoff seasons, he was brilliant, but I just don't think he's good enough anymore. He had that long-term injury, and I just don't think he'll be the same now. Potentially getting the squad for a couple of games, but I don't think he should be starting. And then Jordan Rhodes is a player that I really dislike. Haven't liked him since, for about 2 years really. Wanted to go to Norwich, didn't get the move, got the Mardies on, and he's not played well ever since. Jordan Rhodes can rot in reserves for all I care. And then all these players here, they're all youngsters. Joe Arlsmith potentially if either Dawson or Westwood gets injured. Morgan Fox is alright. He's not as bad as people make him out to be, but he's not good enough for the Championship. Ash Baker's out on loan. Paul Jones is just here because we had those injuries to keepers. Matt Penny's out on loan at Yoss's old club. Got sent off in his debut. Preslav Borokov, I'll just say this, grows a lot in career mode. I've got him in career mode and he's growing like wildfire. I would really suggest him if you're doing a career mode with Sheffield Wednesday, and same with Jack Stubbs as well, although I believe he's out on loan somewhere as well, somewhere in Scotland. So yeah, that's just going to round out this video today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, like and subscribe if you haven't already for more future content.
Yeah, guys, I'll see you later. I just wanted to make a video because there won't be a video. There hasn't been a video since the Fulham vlog and won't be till the next home game, which is against Wigan, I believe, next Saturday. So yeah, I just wanted to have a video to come out in between this and then. I hope you did enjoy it. Like I said, like and subscribe if you haven't already for more future content. I'm loving the way the channel's growing at the minute. If we can get to 200 subscribers maybe by the end of this calendar year, that would be hugely appreciated. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, then like and subscribe if you haven't already for more future content from me. But anyway, that'll do it for today. Goodbye.